Let's start the another concept, that will be the random variables. In this class, we will see what is meant by random variable and different type of random variables. That will be the discrete random variable as well as the continuous random variable, and try to solve some properties based on the discrete random variables. First of all, what is meant by random variable? Random variable means it's just like an uncertainty. That means we can't predict the output. In this random variables, we can't predict the output. For example, the basic example, if you see, you already in your home already you have an FM radios, right? If you want to tune up for 98 FM to 98.5 FM, if in between the process there will be a lot of noise will be add up, you can't get an appropriate output in a single attempt. For example, you just like can tune up like a 99, 98.1, 98.2 and 98.3, and finally you will get your 98.5. In between this 98.0 to 98.5, you will attain a lot of disturbances. That disturbances is said to be the random variable. In this random variable concept is mainly useful in your communication subject or communication purpose. If in the next semester there will be an digital communication subject will be there and analog communication subject will be there. There you can see this random variable, how this random variable has to be used more elaborately in that session. But in this case, for RVSP case, this random variable is sufficient. And next, here if you see, this will be the studied each outcome of a sample space S. Okay, S be the sample space. This is refers to the sample space. Another quick example for this random variable, that will be the, if you want to take I have a lot of screws will be there, I just want to pick up one screw, that will be the defective screw. Can we take that lot of screws, just one screw that will be the defective? That can't be possible. So if you get the defective, yes, your condition will be satisfied. If can't get or take that screw as an bad screw or a good screw, in that case your case will be, you will get an error, or you have to take one more chance to predict that output, whether it may be the good screw or the bad screw. Okay, these random variables can be represented by the letter X. This is important. This capital X, in this subject, the random variables are always related to the real numbers. Okay, so definition, for random variables, that will be the a random variable X, a random variable X on a sample space yes is a function where X, this sample space that will be the always related to the real number. This will be important. Okay, that assigns a real number. That assigns a real number. X of s to each sample point s. Okay. This was the definition that will be the standard textbook definition for the random variable. Okay, let's see one small example for this random variable. Then you will get to know how to solve these problems on this random variable. Okay. Example. Consider a random experiment. So I just want to write r dot a. R dot a means random experiment. Sorry, r dot e. For time saving, consists of tossing a coin twice. Tossing a coin twice. The sample space yes. The sample space yes. They will be given as S1, comma, S2, comma, S3, comma, S4. Where S1 is equal to, if you want to toss a coin twice, how many chance of probability of a sample space you have to get? That will be the 4 chances. That will be the first will be the head tile and tile head, and next S4 be the tile, right? What they will be asked? Define a function. Define a function x tends to s belongs to R. Okay. What they will be try to find, x of s is equal to number of heads occur in s. Number of heads occur in sample space yes. This was the question they will be asked. Let's try to solve this question. So here our favorable cases be the heads. Number of heads occur in the yes. First you have to see x be the random variable, right? If you want to take capital S of S1, that will be the, here if you see how many heads will be there for S1, that will be the 2 heads will be there. And another case, if you take X be the random variable and S2, how many heads will be there? Here 1. Similarly, X of S3, that will be the, how many heads will be there? S3, that will be the 1, right? And next S4, X of S4, how many heads will be present in this S4? No, there will be no heads will be present in this S4. Here 1 head and here 1 head, and for S1 you will get 2 heads, right? For S4 both will be the tail. We can't get our matched criteria. So X of S4, that will be equal to 0. And next, if you want to write X in terms of S1, S2, S3, S4, that will be equal to, that will be the 2, 1, 1, 0. So here the answer will be the 2, 1, 0, right? So for example, if you want to apply the probability distribution function for this random variable, what will happen? Let's see. So this will be the probability distribution function. So if you take X, this will be the P of X. The probability distribution function is represented by the P of X. Later we can see this probability distribution functions in detail. For this class has to be concerned, see this small thing. Okay, first 2, and next, if you take 2 heads, how many chances will be there? 2 heads, that will be the 1. That will be the 1 divided by 4. If you take at least 1 head, how many chances? That will be the 2 chances. 2 divided by 4. And next 0, that will be the 0 heads. How many chances? That will be the 1 chance for the 0 heads. That will be the case for the S4. That will be the 1 divided by 4. So here you can observe, if you want to apply the probability of an event for this distribution function, what will the matched criteria for the probability distribution function? The probability of an event that will be existing in between 0 to 1. Alright, we already discussed in many more times in the probability, this P of E in between the 0 to 1. So we have to check whether it will be, this probability distribution function has to be lie in between 0 to 1 or not, or above. Let's check. Here if you take 1 by 2 plus 2 by 4 plus 1 divided by 4, sorry, 1 divided by 4, one divided by 4 plus 2 divided by 4 plus 1 divided by 4. If you take the LCM be the 4, this will be the 2 plus 2, that will be the 4 divided by 4, that will be equal to 1. Okay, so the total answer be the 1, hence our criteria will get satisfied. That will be the probability of event in between the 0 to 1. Okay, next, types of random variables. Put the side heading, types of random variables. Types of random variables. R dot v, random variable. How many types of random variables will be there? There will be two types of random variables will be there. First will be the continuous random variable and second will be the discrete random variable. Let's see. First will be the discrete R dot v, random variable. And next be the continuous random variable. Continuous random variable. Let's see in detail what is meant by discrete random variable and as well as what is meant by continuous random variable. For discrete random variable, if you consider any condition, that will be the simple. So if you take, now the time will be the 6 p.m. and for example, if our class will be continue up to the 10 p.m. Okay, I just want to find the temperature that will be the changed from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. What will happen? So, for example, at the 6 p.m. the temperature will be so much high. After 7 p.m. temperature will be somewhat cool. After 8, somewhat cool. 9 and 10 compared to the 6 p.m. for 10 p.m. temperature will be somewhat cool. Okay, the graph will be like this. So here you can observe one thing. What we have to take, that will be the first we have observed in 6 p.m. the temperature will be this much. Okay, that will be the 28 degrees, for example, if you take like this. Okay, at 7 p.m. that will be the 26 degrees, like that room temperature. Okay, next interval what we have to take, that will be the 8 p.m. and finally we have to take 9 p.m. at last. Our conclusion will be the 10 p.m. We have to note the temperatures for this. Okay, here you can observe. First we can take 6 p.m., 7 p.m., 8 p.m., 9 p.m. and 10 p.m. Here there will be particular intervals will be there for this discrete random variables. Right? How many intervals? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 intervals will be there. Right? That means this will be the example for the discrete random variable, general example. Okay? Similarly, general case for the continuous random variable, what I have to take means so same case 6 p.m. I will be take up to the 10 p.m. Okay, suppose if I take rain has to be started from 6 p.m. There will be heavy rain at 6 p.m. Can you tell me after 6 hour 1 minute 10 seconds, can you tell me the how much rain will be there at 6 hour 1 minute or 5 seconds, like that? Okay, it will be somewhat tough, but it is not possible. We have to try some more cases. We will get some output as yes. Compared to this, from 6 p.m. to 6 p.m. 1 minute, the rain will be somewhat increase or decrease. Similarly, up to 8 minutes, 2 seconds. So if you want to calculate it like this, seconds and minutes up to the 10 p.m., it can't be our matched criteria, that will be the so difficult for us, and sometimes we can't get appropriate output in terms of these seconds. That means every second there will be a different output, right? That will be the perfect example for this continuous random variable. So we can't predict the exact output for this continuous random variable. For compared to the continuous discrete, we can predict some output. Why? Because we have to limited or constrain ourselves to be the 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. or 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. That means we have to just take 5 intervals. But in this continuous interval, we can't take 5 intervals. We have to take 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. How much time? That will be the, we have to take each second and each minute. That will be an impossible task for us. That will be the main scenario. You have to get this as a random variable. In that case, the random variable concept has to be erased. Okay. For example, in the before case, we will see tossing of 2 coins, where we have to calculate some heads, tails. Or in the before case, our favorable case be the head, and we have to choose x be the random variable, and we have to take some different sample points. Now in this class we will try to solve some properties based on the discrete random variables, and 2 important concepts will be there in this random variable, that will be the probability mass function and the probability density function. For the upcoming classes we will see what is meant by probability mass function as well as the probability density function. That properties will be very important for your examination. Okay. Let's see. That will be the discrete random variable. Discrete random variable definition. Try to write definition. That will be the random variable. A random variable capital X in which can take only finite number of discrete values. In an interval of domain is called discrete random variable. Okay, let's see. This will be represented as small x. That will be belongs to capital X. Capital X be our random variable. So similarly, if I take before case, that will be the heads case. If I want to toss n coin twice, what will happen to the sample space? Sample space be the head tail head, and tail, right? So if you take our x be the head, what will happen if I take x be the 0 case? That means tail case. How much probability distribution function I will be get? That will be the 1 divided by 4, right? P of x small x is equal to 0, that will be equal to 1 divided by 4. And the next case, P of x is equal to 1. That means this will be the P of small x is equal to 1. That will be equal to P of x is equal to 1. That means at least one head. How many cases there will be there? That will be the 2 cases will be there, TH and HT. So here you will get the 2 by 4. And the next, finally, all heads HH. P of small x, that will be equal to 2. How many? That will be the 1 divided by 4, right? So here p of x is equal to 0. For example, p of xi that will be greater than or equal to 1 means here you can get the two conditions. That will be the first condition be the probability density function and second be the probability mass function. Here p of xi is equal to 1, right? If you summation all of these things, you will get the p of x will be equal to 1, right? So hence p of xi is equal to 1. There you will get the two conditions. That will be the probability mass function. Probability mass function that will be said to be the PMF. And next that will next be the probability density function. This will be said to be the PDF. Okay. In this probability mass function as well as the probability density function, we have different type of properties will be there for the continuous random variable and as well as the discrete random variables. Okay, let's see some properties based on the discrete random variables. The properties be the x plus y into s. This will be the sample space and dxi, x and y be the variable. So what will happen? This will be the x of s plus y of s. Okay. Next, x plus k into s. What will happen? That will be the x of s plus, for constant you can't get the sample space, you will get the constant only, x of s plus k. And the next, that will be the k into x of s, that will be equal to k dot x of s. And one more property will be there, that will be the p of x, that will be less than or equal to c plus p of x, that will be greater than c. What will happen? That will be the p of, so x between minus infinite to infinite will be present. And next, this will be said to be just like a note. Okay, we have to take both the less than case as well as the greater than case. What will happen to the random variable x? The random variable x in between the minus infinite to plus infinite. Okay, this property is so much important when we discuss about the probability density function as well as the probability mass function. Please remember it. Next, p of x be the greater than c. What will happen if you want to write in terms of the less than? You have to just put in 1 minus, then it will become the less than. So this will be the 1 minus p of x less than or equal to c. Okay, and the next, your favorite, that will be p of x is equal to a or x is equal to b. What will happen? That will be the, if you see or means just put in union, and means just put in intersection. This will be the p of x is equal to a union x is equal to b. Similarly, if you take p of x is equal to a and x is equal to b, what will happen? This will be the, whenever you see the and, you have to just put in intersection. This will be the p of x is equal to a intersection x is equal to b. This was the some properties for the discrete random variables. Okay, in the next class we will try to solve or see some probability density functions or probability mass functions properties for the discrete random variables, and how this continuous random variable and density functions and the distribution functions will be correlated to each other. That concept will be so important. For that concept, we have to develop that signal and systems like ramp function. If you differentiate the ramp, what will you will get? That will be the step, right? That concepts you have to see in the next class. From that only, the signal systems we can use that concept of a differentiation of the ramp and as well as the step. What will happen if you want to integrate it? What will happen? You all see in that probability density functions as well as distribution functions or density functions. Okay, next class will be the important class. So stay tuned. Turn on. Okay, thank you.